Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic!
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
Welcome to the Local Lowdown and find out what's happening in Lavaca County, Texas. Now here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you on this edition of the Local Lowdown podcast. This is for the August 21st and 22nd edition of all the newspapers in Lavaca County, Texas, as well as the Luling Newsboy in Caldwell County. And we have a special guest with us today, Mr. Chuck Grafe, sports writer for the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald. How's it going, Chucky?
Pretty good. I don't think I'm that special, but anyway.
Me neither.
Well, we think you are. How are you?
And Michelle agrees.
How are you, Michelle? We got Michelle.
Yes, I'm here.
We can't forget Michelle. And
Never.
Chucky's here. He's going to tell us a little bit about the upcoming football season here in Hallettsville, about the Brahmas and the Lady Brahmas and what have you. And so as soon as he gets done, he needs to go do some other things, so we're going to let him go before we start reviewing the newspapers. So Chucky, I understand that you had interviewed Coach Montgomery or whatever a few days in the past. So maybe you can tell us what we can expect as far as football for Hallettsville this year.
For the Brahmas, of course, Jorian Wilson committed to Texas A&M to play baseball. And when you do that, they own you. Didn't want him to play football or basketball. But anyway, Michael Pagoda has stepped in at quarterback. Coach Montgomery has a lot of confidence in him. And the Brahmas lack skilled players, but boy, their offensive, defensive lines are going to be super. They got a kid 3'10", he's a junior. Got an Aiden Drost, he's like 250. I mean, and on and on and on. But anyway, yeah, they are going to the veer offense, hoping to, kill clock as we go along. But Pagoda is a very capable thrower also. At the halfback position, it is yet to be determined who will play there. But actually, they're going to have a double set. Traden Williams, Greg Norris, and Chasten Ford will probably be the setback.
Well, I understand that they have a pretty rough schedule this year. Is that correct, or what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's correct. Hallettsville been cursed with being put in a 5-team district. And man, you got to schedule 6 non-district games. And they have actually, this year they got Gonzales, Gregory Portland, just to name a few. Not Gregory Portland, Rockport Fulton, I'm sorry.
Same area.
They got Hitchcock, they're pretty tough, right?
Oh yeah, Hitchcock and Columbus. The preseason rankings, Columbus is number 2, Hitchcock is number 3. So what you want to do in that district, past 2 years, the Brahmas finished 4th, ended up playing Franklin in by-district. Franklin has been to the state finals 4 times. They're batting .500. They've won it twice. But anyway,
That's the wrong sport.
You do not want to play them.
Well, what about Edna? Is Edna in our district or not?
No, they're not.
Okay.
It's Hitchcock, Yoakum. You only have to win. The only good thing is you only have to win 1 game to make the playoffs. And Hempstead is the whipping boy of the district, so to speak.
But who exactly is in our district?
Hempstead, Hitchcock, Yoakum, and Columbus.
Okay. And Columbus, what, they're like number 2 in the state ranking?
Yeah, that's correct. Well, they got their quarterback, Schobel. He committed to Baylor, then he decommitted, then he went to Oklahoma State, and now he has committed to TCU, where all the Schobel boys, his grandpa played football at TCU and later in the NFL. In fact, in high school, when Bishop Forest was still in existence, I played against the 2 Schobel boys. But anyway.
And they killed you?
And their offensive line isn't as strong as it's been, but they're Columbus. They're a big school. I mean, we're, the little sister in the district. But anyway, Coach Montgomery, he's very confident about, Pagoda at quarterback. Now, as far as Sacred Heart, Alex Sadler is in his second year. Last year they reeled off 11 wins in a row before they lost in the state semifinals. But they lost Nick Angerstein, who is now kicking at Stephen F. Austin. Now, anytime they got to the 30-yard line, they were in field goal range. I guarantee you, he kicked a 52-yarder last year.
My God.
And that was no win. I mean, that's kind of how you attract college people. But right now, their place kicker at Stephen F. is a senior, and he's trying to gain the kickoff job. One of the kickoff guys.
Well, what about the Lady Brahmas? What do they got going on?
Well, they only had, they last 2 years they haven't made the playoffs. That is unheard of. That's the first time ever they haven't made the playoffs 2 years in a row.
Well, I think I saw somewhere where they were in the Schulenburg tournament right now. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. And they were in the Shiner tournament last weekend. They went 3-2, won the purple bracket, and man, they've got some height. Jans Hankey is a sophomore. She's 5'10". Christine Felchman starts as a middle blocker. She's 6 foot.
All right.
And boy, they're relatively young, but they got some good veterans to go around them. Now, Indian Net volleyball. Woo, they got Annika Brooks, who is 6'3", and she has committed to Blinn College. And they're just trying to build pieces around her. They got one of the setters back, so they had to get a new setter. Setters make the world go around, and we're not talking about chickens here.
Well, I'm glad you brought Sacred Heart up because we didn't mention them. And what are you looking at there as far as their prospects and their schedule, what have you?
Yeah, they're going back to a pro offense. Last year they ran an option offense with two setbacks, and they were under center 90% of the time last year. But this year they're going back to throwing the football more because of what they lost. Their main running back will be Cameron Cull, who is a junior, and he is very good. Offensive line comes back, and the fifth person in the offensive line is Timber Yannick, 6'5", 225. They got some pretty good size. They just, they're going to be all right, I think. I got Schulenburg and Flatonia right off the bat. Now, of course, Schulenburg, boy, they were mighty good last year. The Yannick kid is back, the quarterback. That boy can ball, throw, or pass. So, yeah, they are.
Throw and pass is the same thing. I hate to throw that out there, Chuck, but
Yeah, she's trying to
pass and run.
She's trying to correct the sports editor.
Well, I mean, I do know sports.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, throw and pass is right. Throw and run. I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's what I'm here for, Chuck. To correct you.
Don't be intimidated, Chucky.
Why? Because I'm amazing. So,
we cannot forget that.
And so you cannot compete with amazing.
If I had $1 every time I heard that, I could buy that Shetland pony I always wanted.
All right. Well, Chucky, have you got anything else that you particularly want to tell us about before we let you go here? Or?
That's about it, buddy.
Well, we certainly appreciate you coming on and sharing this with us, and hopefully we'll have you back soon enough. And you need to read my column this week because your name's mentioned in there.
Yeah.
In the All About the Local Lowdown podcast.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Thank y'all.
All right,
Thank you.
Chucky. Thanks a bunch, man. We'll see you later on. Okay, Michelle.
Okay,
I
Murray.
guess we can start doing our thing now.
Yeah, I guess I can talk.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, at least we had a little break from that with little chuckles. But what do we got going on? We're going to start off with the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald. And tell us what you got.
So there's some street projects going on, and so Jimmy's going to tell you all about those. And I want to apologize to Ms. Grace Ward. I kind of cut your article off some. Jimmy did write. So I'm just going to let you know out there that she is continuing to work on grants to fund these projects. I think that's the part that was left off of the end of the article. But it's very important. I know that people get irritated with street construction and detours and all that offers, but it is important to keep your streets up. One time I got a flat from hitting a pothole. That was not fun.
No.
So,
I'll tell you what, I read
be
on
thankful.
Facebook the other day where they said the whole state of Texas under road construction.
all the time. Right?
Yeah, and I believe that, especially around Houston. But anyway, what else you got?
We had the Miss Sparkle pageant. It was held in Cuero, but it features girls with special needs from different counties all over the state of Texas. Most of the girls came from the Hallettsville, Schulenburg, Shiner, Gonzales area. But it was a great event held by Ms. Dallin Peshek, who is currently the Ms. Teen Texas. And that is her reign right now. But she started this a long, long time ago. I think they said this was the 6th or 7th year. And she started with her sister and is now the director. And she also does a Sparkles cheer team, which involves some of these same girls, not all of them. But each girl was crowned and got to perform. Some of them performed in talent. There was a fun wear. Both of those were optional competitions, and then all of them got to wear a very pretty dress and show their beauty on stage. So it was a great night. And area royalties, Shiner, Hallettsville, Yoakum, all came out and helped with the crowning.
Did they have a pretty good turnout?
Yes, the auditorium, it's a very big auditorium, and Cuero's auditorium is very nice, but it was very full.
Well, that's great. That's great.
You can find out about local schools enrollment. Are they up? Are they down? All those things. Jimmy Alpel gives you all that information, and that begins on your front page, as well as he covered the hospital board, and Mr. Chuck Grafe covered the city council. So find out about what's going on in those meetings. Henry Joe!
Henry Joe with his little town
Henry
chatter.
Joe. We're still on the Major League Baseball shortstop question of the scooter. So you still have one more week to call in and answer that, and we'll be happy to take your answer. Meeting notices are always published in your paper, so check those out. The Lions Club gave favor bags to the local schools, so thank them for their support of our local educators and kicking their school year off to a great start. And then Chuck covered sports already, basically, so we have cross country going on as well, so good luck to those runners. I think cross country, basically, they run every Saturday for the next month. So
Did Chuck have, he had more than one page this week, right?
he did.
Oh, that's great.
He threw me 2 pages. Dr. Maurice Wilkinson, which is a staff member at Lavaca Medical Center, is on the road again, so read about what she's doing. We have 2 obituaries. Mr. Gordon Lee Deloach, 80 of Victoria, went to be with the Lord on Friday, August the 9th, 2024. And Ms. Lisa Marie Klecker passed away peacefully on August 10th, 2024 at the age of 58. So condolences to those family. Dr. Natalie Konezek talks about 4-H enrollment. Were your kids in 4-H?
No, they wouldn't. Because basically we never lived in a situation or out in the country where they, could raise animals. Although I do know that there's a lot of kids that live in the city that still do it. But I don't know. Our kids, they took more interest in things like the band and that than they did that. But,
I think I'm going to enroll my daughter this year, but we're not going to probably raise an animal because I barely can raise dogs. But
y'all might could raise possums because you're pretty good at that.
We are pretty good. No, they die, remember? I do want to note that we are... we have an ad in most of our papers that is in loving memory of Myra Lampley. Myra was a longtime employee of the Hallettsville Publishing Company and the local newspapers, and a great person, and she is greatly missed.
She's the one that got the, what do you call it?
Campside chatter.
Yeah, she was an awesome lady, and we miss her quite a bit.
Hallettsville High School offers years of service recognition. So please check out those people who have put in and dedicated their time to helping educate the youth of our community, including in cafeteria and different aid work as well. Lois Kolkhorst, she is your local senator, and she will be meeting or at the Great State Republicans meeting on August the 26th, which is Monday, correct?
Yep.
There's a whole lot starting to go on. Starting to see plate sales. There was a donation made to Peter's Place, and a little baby was born.
All right.
So congratulations to Trent and Paige Winters of Victoria.
You bet. They got them a bundle of joy right there.
That's right. We have new VFW officers. One of those grumpy old men. It's not that the rest of them are grumpy. I don't know. They look happy.
Yeah, they all are.
But that one at the end, particularly you may recognize as our own sports writer, Mr. Chucky Grafe. And then more Miss Sparkle Pageant information. And then Murray Montgomery talks about us.
Yeah, I had my column this week. I decided that I would kind of give the history of this podcast, the Local Lowdown, how it got started. And I mentioned a few people that, other than Michelle, of course, she is amazing.
Amazing.
But I did mention others that have helped us out, including that gentleman that just left here, Mr. Chucky Grafe, and we appreciate all that, and Jimmy Apple, and I had something in there about Henry Joe Yashik. I said he keeps us advised on everything check.
And he does. And everything dates, everything a lot.
Yeah, so if y'all want to know about the podcast and how it got started, give it a read, and we would be happy to have you join our Local Lowdown Facebook group. And we've got over 300 members now and growing. So anyway, that's my column. It's about this podcast.
About the amazing Michelle Price.
The amazing Michelle. She wasn't going to put it in the paper till she saw her name was in there.
That's not exactly how that went. There is also a post of our office hours. These are not new hours, but they are our fall hours. So we had just come off of some summertime hours that we were having, where we were closed on Friday and then open every day to 5. Now we are going to be reopening on Fridays from 8 to 12, but our hours are different almost every day. We're only open 8 to 5 on Monday and Tuesday. We do open every day at 8 o'clock, and then we have a 4, 3, and a 12 closing to close out the week. One thing that doesn't change is your ads are due on Monday. And news content, right, Murray? All right, Shiner.
Yeah, we're going to move on over now to her favorite newspaper, the Shiner Gazette. And I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't some more stuff in there about Sparkled.
There is. The Miss Sparkle Pageant definitely made the front page of the Shiner Gazette as well. Clayton did a great job covering the Shiner ISD school board that discussed tax rate and construction projects that are currently going on. I don't think we mentioned
who wrote that Sparkle story, did we?
Oh, we didn't. It is my best friend, Nicole Smith. Now, let me tell you, Nicole is my ride or die, because at last week's meeting when it was like, hey, this is coming up, who's going to write the story? Jimmy said, well, if you're getting me the information, but not in an excited tone.
What did Murray say?
No. Actually, he just X'd me with his hands. He doesn't even speak. He just puts an X up. But I asked Nicole, and she not only helped me take pictures at the event, she wrote the story. And she will tell you that they missed out because it's an amazing event.
we didn't mention how important she is to this podcast because
She is super
she's
important.
been how many times? 2, 3 times?
Three for sure.
All right. And there'll be more to come, no doubt about that.
Wish it was every week, Nicole.
Yeah. She wishes that you would replace me, Nicole.
That is not true.
And I'm thinking that could happen.
No, we want Murray. We just want you to come too. Clayton also looks at Shiner's enrollment numbers, so you can go ahead and check on where the Shiner schools standed on start day. The fall picnic is coming up in Shiner, and you can see what prizes you can win. And the Shiner Chamber announces their new leadership team, and they just elected new board members and changed basically office positions. So Christine Ziegel will now serve as the chair of the Chamber Board. And we also want to thank Egan Barzels for his over 20 years of service to the Chamber of Commerce in Shiner. And they look forward to new things. I say we because I'm on it, but
Is that picnic this weekend?
next weekend.
Next weekend, okay.
And Duff Wagner talks about notes from the Walters Museum. And Duff is kind of like a Henry Joe.
All right.
I don't know that he knows dates as well, but he is a big history buff. So he's kind of like a mix in between you and Henry.
All right.
Yeah.
You can't get any better than that, right?
That's exactly right. Can't get any better. Shiner also has indictments listed, and they talk about, of course, Murray's article in our local lowdown, so check that out. We are moving through. Thank you, Potex.
You bet.
And Mark Luby, he's been busy with Shiner Sports. There was 2 scrimmages last week. It looks like he attended both, and you can read all about how the Cardinals and Comanches fared in those. Also, some tournaments were going on, so check out all of that and where the Lady Cardinals and Comanches fell on that.
You know, I forgot to ask Chuck when does the season actually start?
Next Friday. And next Friday, Hallettsville will play Shiner in Shiner.
All right.
I know that one.
Will you be there?
I am trying very hard not to attend any football games this year. So we'll see. Maybe somewhere down the road. If Shiner makes it to state, I am there. Beyond that, probably.
I think they're picked to do that.
Probably going to be staying in bed. All right, Yoakum.
We're going to take a trip down to Yoakum now and see what Allison and what's that other lady?
Nadine.
Yeah.
Hi, Nadine.
Yeah.
We're still
Nadine.
waiting for Hurricane Nadine to come through.
Yeah, you know, they kind of surprised me this week over there with the Yoakum paper. Allison might have must have a real backlog of files that she knows when to pull them out. And I was really surprised to see my story on the front page that I didn't even submit to her this week. And she must read my mind because I like to talk about school teachers and all that they do and how much credit they deserve. And that happens to be one of my favorite columns. It was written from the heart because I talked about the
I used it a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying. I used it too a long time ago. But this time of year is a good time to bring it back up. And,
I'm going to call Allison and see what you pay her.
No, I didn't pay her nothing. She just surprised me, and I'm glad she did. I do feel that strongly about teachers, and that'll never go away. Anyway, if you get an opportunity, you folks over in Yoakum, I hope you'll take a look at that. That is a life experience, what I wrote about the coaches and the spankings and the paddles and all that. But
Can't imagine.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you, Allison, for that.
All right. And if you read the Miss Sparkle article in the other 2 papers and was like, oh, this is the same. In Yoakum, it's not the same. So you may want to pick that up. There's some similarities, but this one focuses on Yoakum resident Ms. Macy Speck. Macy is the 18-year-old daughter of Rodney and Christy Speck. And let me tell you, Macy's talent was singing Amazing Grace. And when she sang it, that was a whole new way of hearing it. It definitely moved you, and you could see the passion and love and spirit she had. So I'm going to say it again and again. If you could ever have a chance to attend this event, you really need to. These kids work hard. They spend a great day. They love to showcase their talents and beauty, and they all surely are beautiful. So thanks again to the Peshek sisters, Dallin and Deland, for hosting
Is that
this.
going to be an annual event?
It is, or it has been
Or it
for
is?
6
Okay.
years. So hopefully it will continue. Also, Clayton Kelly covered the city council in Yoakum. He's a busy little fella.
Yes,
huh?
that little fellow stays. He stays on the ball, and when he's not working, he's transporting food to people.
Or drink.
Yeah, and he's at the beck and call.
He's kind of like our DoorDash.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we appreciate you, Clayton. You do a good job, buddy.
We love yelling your name. Yoakum Police Department promotes employees, so congrats to those who received those promotions. And then Murray's article about teachers deserve respect, and there is no truer statement, probably, than that.
Well, you ought to know that from personal experiences, right?
Yes, sir. I respect my teacher. I may treat him like, you know, how y'all say I treat him, that he has such a hard life.
Well, there's
He
a place
does
in
not.
heaven. There's a place in heaven for him. I can tell you that right now.
But he doesn't have a hard life. He has a wonderful life. But
Yeah.
no matter how I treat him, if a kid would treat him bad, I would be the first one
And
to
he's
stand
kind
up
of like
for
the
him.
DoorDash every now and then, too, ain't he?
Sometimes he is. On Mondays now, he is my DoorDash too.
Heads on over to Whataburger.
As he was taking my car to get service too. What a great guy
Yes,
he is. And we got some Lady Bulldogs sports. Looks like they take silver in a bracket championship at the tournament. So congrats to them. They look like they were in the Cuero tournament. And so they've started their season off well. Cross-country runners, best of luck. I'm sure y'all are running this weekend. Check out all these awards in the Yoakum paper. There is a lot that Allison has put in. National Volunteer Day. It looks like it has to do with the animal shelter. Adopt a pet. Murray, it's your turn. Adopt a pet.
Yeah, old Murray, he don't need a dog anymore because dogs can make old people trip.
Well, only if you
know
chase them and are mean.
All right, let's move on over to the Molten Eagle.
The Molten Eagle.
In our front page, we are talking about Molten Independent School District was designated as a healthy South Texas campus. And our buddy Clayton Kelly wrote that one.
And took the picture.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He's an all-around guy, that
And
Clayton.
his name is spelled L-L-E-Y.
Yeah, we got it right.
We got it right. Murray also talked about what a lot of our papers had last week about the swimming resource graduation for the infants. Local lowdown. Read all about us because we're...
Amazing.
Thank you. Henry, what is Henry talking about? The Great Flood in Lavaca County.
Yeah, and he remembers them all.
Now, is this the one where it hit Shiner too?
I don't know. You'll have to read it.
I will have to read it. Who says I didn't read it?
Well, you know, normally my column's on that page, but this week it made front page.
Imagine that.
The local lowdown.
And we're so excited about it.
And we got the American Legion Post information, the news from there, and our managing editor is in one of the photos, top right.
There he is.
Yeah, Bobby Hariska, and he's in that American Legion group over there, that Sons of the American Legion, and Bobby's in. American Legion, they do a great job, and we're happy to have them in our towns. And what else you got? You got solid
What is
ground?
this early Molten history?
Well, you know, Bobby sent me that as well. He found that somewhere. It's an old picture. I wasn't exactly going to use it because you can see there in the format how it's written, you know, and the arrows pointing down to where these locations are. What does that cut line say? It's something about a guy found that somewhere, or
They recently shared to social media from Southern Methodist University's library that shows a bird's eye view of early Moulton, 1908. The present town site for Moulton was born in 1887 when the San Antonio and Aransas Pass Railroad laid a spur from Yoakum to Waco.
Some of the old timers in Moulton, maybe you look at that picture, maybe you can figure out exactly where those locations are. Me being a newcomer, not but 20 years.
Did you ask Henry?
No. I try not to ask Henry too many questions because his brain is continuously flowing out data, and I didn't want to confuse him or get him messed up. But anyway, you old timers in Moulton, y'all need to take a look at that and see what you think about it.
What are beer houses?
Well, they're like, I guess they're kind of like a storage for beer, maybe. Oh. Or they might have been beer joints. Heck, you don't know. The language changes over the years as to what they call things. Now, I want to say something about this, okay?
Okay. Oh, well, let me sit back and listen. This could be good.
Well, this is the Sparkle Contest story that was written by Nicole. And, of course, we've already had that, in all the other papers that Michelle talked about. But I want to talk about that photograph. I've been a photographer since I was 18 years old, and I'll soon be 82, if that tells you anything. I have judged numerous photo contests, and I told Michelle a while back I judge them by how they make me feel. And this picture that was taken by Nicole, when I looked at it, I had a choice. 5 pictures?
Yeah,
we had a choice. And as soon as I saw this picture, I said, that's it. Because it filled me with emotion, looking at the face of that little child and the young lady presenting the crown. It hit me. And I want to congratulate Nicole on an amazing photograph.
I want to congratulate you, too, because Murray is a hard rock. And if you crack him, you're pretty amazing.
No, thank you, Nicole, for that. I don't know if it'll affect other people like it did me, but to me, that was an amazing photograph. And if that was in a contest and I was judging, that baby would be number 1.
There you go, Nicole. You're number 1. All right, and some cross country's going on in Moulton. Now, they don't play volleyball or football. Do they play volleyball? I don't know.
Yeah, I think they do.
They don't play football. So, cross country is kind of one of their bigger sports right now.
Basically, basketball, like for girls and boys, is a big thing over there.
I don't know if they play volleyball, Murray. We're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Chuck Grafe, you're going to have to let us know.
Okay. We're moving on now to the watermelon capital of the world. What you got for the Luling, Newsboy, and Signal?
So it looks like somebody named Drummond wraps up 31 years, and they don't want her to forget them. So they had a big party for her. She has worked as the food service supervisor at the Luling Hospital for 31 years. So congrats to her, and best of luck in her future endeavors. The sesquicentennial is coming up for Luling. It's a month away. So there's some information that Nicole gives you. It's going to be a great event. When she was here, she told us that basically everything is going to be free except for like a $5 meal, which is basically in our world free.
You bet.
So definitely you should all head on out there. I know I'm going to try to make it. Football is in full swing in the Luling area from Prairie Lead to Luling High School. So Nicole's writing about the experience, the heart and hustle of 6-man. Now, my husband's coaching flag, I think. Mm-hmm. That's different, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
6-man is regular football. Except there's only 6 men instead of 11. So, yeah, that's Prairie Lead. That's a nice little town that you go through. You know where that's at.
Yeah, but you could blink and miss it a little bit.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, do they even have a red light? I think they have a caution light.
Yeah, I think it blinks. That's about it. A blinking
Did
one.
I ever tell you who named Prairie Lee?
No.
Sam Houston.
Oh.
Sam Houston named Prairie Lee. Google it. Or as Chucky would say, goggle it. Yeah.
It says Labor Day crackdown targets drunk drivers. That's good for everyone to know. First of all, you should not drive drunk.
No.
You should not drink and drive in any way. This is what I always tell people. I don't really care if you don't care if you live or die, but I do care if I live or die. And if you're on the road with me, that's a big, important thing. And I also care about my child and my husband and my family and those I love. So be smart. It's all good to have fun, but be safe when you're doing it.
The bad thing about driving drunk is you might not only kill yourself, but you might kill a bunch of other folks that aren't driving drunk. So
That's right.
no, don't do it. Don't do it. I see a dog.
Yes, on the school supplies list, should it be a study buddy? And that would be a dog, and adopting a dog and see how that is. There's also gridiron say it, Murray. Gurus. Gurus. I don't know.
Guru. Gridiron
Gridiron giraffes. I'm not sure. But they're going to be trying to pick some winners. So best of luck to these people. You have Ernie the Goat, Patrick Rayborn, Rusty Horn, Diane Dietz, Paul Easterling, Lee Russ, and Brittany Powell. So
Nicole's not going to get involved
Nicole
in that?
is not getting involved.
Oh.
It should say Michelle Price because I would pick all the
Yeah,
winners
you'd be
because
amazing.
I'm amazing. Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Prairie League volleyball, football, and cross country schedules appear in this week's paper, so check those out. Support the kids; they work really hard.
Does it say in there who Luling is playing in their first game or not?
I didn't see a
No, you
Luling
don't have to do
schedule.
that, but I was just curious.
Wait, maybe in this one. Standings. Maybe Nixon Smiley at Luling?
Yeah, that could be.
Looks
Very
like
well.
everyone on here picks the Eagles. Now, let me tell you, if you're from Luling and you don't pick the Eagles, are you in trouble?
You'd be in bad trouble. Yeah.
So you could lose every week if
Yeah.
they lost. So go win, Eagles, because
Yeah.
you got a bunch of
I've seen
people.
a lot of those contests where the people, it wouldn't make any difference if their team was a 50-point underdog.
They would
They
still
don't
pick-
dare pick the other team in that newspaper.
That's right. So,
Anyway.
we're done, Murray.
All right. Well, I think we're right on schedule with what we normally run.
I feel like I haven't talked very much today.
Well, that's because we had a guest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God we got a little break. But what do you got planned for this weekend? Anything?
I'm going to be working on fall sports preview
Hey,
for the rest of my life.
when does that come
Lots
out?
of work. It comes out next week, and I'm
right.
working very hard. Thank you
All
to
right.
all our advertisers. We're putting it together, and I get to work right now with Mark Luby and Chuck Grafe to finish that up. And let me tell you, they are both a joy.
Oh, they're amazing.
A joy
They
to
are.
work with.
They are amazing. At least you only have one grumpy old man in
One
that group.
grumpy old man. That's it.
Yeah.
We won't guess which one.
All right. I don't, as usual, I doubt I'll be doing much of anything. I'm going to try to take in some sports this year. When you get older, you have to kind of hobble around.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time since I've been to a girls' or a boys' basketball game or anything like that, baseball. And I'm going to see if I can't take some of those in and definitely.
Do you want my daughter's schedule?
Definitely. I'm not going to drive to Shiner.
Yeah, that's real far.
That's a long way.
It is a lot.
That's at least 15 miles.
I drive from Shiner to Hallettsville every day. Just a reminder to
Now,
everyone.
you know that when we first moved over here, I was working for the Gonzales Enquirer newspaper. And I didn't even have a job over here yet. And I continued to work for the Gonzales Enquirer newspaper and drove that 32 miles one way.
And now
every
he
day.
won't drive 15. Sad day.
That's it.
Well, my daughter does start her career in junior high sports tonight, so new thing.
Well,
fun. She actually gets to be.
I'm surprised you're even at work.
I know.
Because you have to prepare, you know.
I do. I need to go find some purple and gold to wear. I realize that purple has not been my choice of color in the past, and so I need to get some purple in my life.
Well, good luck to her. I'm sure she'll have many adventures playing that sport.
I just hope she has fun and learns a lot. That's all that matters.
Yep. Well, all right. You want to say your goodbyes?
Yes. Goodbye. Wish me luck. Hopefully I won't be here all weekend. And have a great weekend to everyone.
All right. Same goes for me. I look forward to talking to you folks next week. Again, we want to thank Chuck Grafe for taking time to tell us a little about Hallettsville sports. And I know he's got other things going on that he has to take care of, and we appreciate him taking the time to do that. But other than that, that's all I have. Try to stay cool. Thank God I finally got some air conditioners.
Yes, thank goodness. Yesterday would have been a rough one for you.
Oh, Lord. But anyway, that's all for me, and we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.